Hello students, this would be next class of your financial and accounting subject. What I am teaching these many days is your third unit, that is your structure of financial accounting. Let me show you that. This one is the structure: financial institutions, financial markets, financial instruments and financial services. What we have done till now is financial institutions and financial markets. Today we are going to deal with financial instruments. So let's go to that slide. Financial instruments are the financial assets of securities and claims. They may be viewed as financial assets and financial liabilities. Financial assets represent claims for the payment of a sum of money sometime in the future, repayment of principal and periodic payment in the form of interest or dividend. Now, let me explain you this. Financial assets means the securities, the shares will be there, preference shares, debentures, equity shares, anything it could be. It will be a share is nothing but SHARE. A share is nothing but it is a unit of money. First of all, a unit of money. So now it could be a equity share. Equity share means all the, I'm just going to discuss about the different types of securities, the instruments. Then we are going to go in detail regarding the meaning and all. Securities means these are equity share, preference share, debenture, bond, long term debenture and all. These all are nothing but the different types of securities. Now let me tell you the explanation about that. Equity means all the uh, business partners will be there. They come together and open a business, isn't it? They will be the owners of the business as long as the business continues. You all agree with it, I hope. So now owners will be equal. They deposit equally and they will be the equity shareholders. They will be called as the equity shareholders. They come together and they are the owners of the business actually for company. So it is an equity share. A share is a unit of money. Like that, if you purchase certain shares from a company assets, let's say 5 shares or 6 shares, when you purchase by investing your money, that will be the equity share. Okay. So now equity means the owners of the business, whereas preference share means they'll be the preferred customers of you. Like they'll be the regular customers, like suppliers. Let's say suppliers will be there for the business. The debtors who will be the suppliers, the creditors, they'll be known to you very well. They'll be knowing you very well, how you are performing and all. Based on that, they'll be interested to invest in your business so that they're going to get maximum benefit out of it. So they will be getting a dividends as such for their shares when they invest into your company as such. So these people are the preference shareholders. Now the other is debenture holders. Debentures are nothing but a long-term loan which the companies take from the other parties. So basically these are called as debentures. So they'll also will be given a dividend. They interest, not dividend. They will be paid an interest on that. Bonds also a long-term loan. Basically will be given to the government sectors. So now debentures, as I said, it's a long-term loan. Preference share, equity share, these all are the shares. So now coming when you are repaying back the amount, first the debenture holders will be paid the amount, then the preference shares, they will be given the dividend. First, whether the company get a profit or loss, debenture holders has to be paid the entire interest amount what you have taken from them on a principal. Okay. Now preference shareholders are, they also should be given a preference, and whatever the losses are there, whatever the profits are there, what is remaining left over after distributing them among debenture holders and preference shareholders, what is remaining will be shared among the equity shareholders. That is what is the basically financial securities or financial assets are. So they represents a claim for the payment of a sum of money sometime in future and a periodic payment in the form of interest or dividend. So here payment of sum of money, that is nothing but if you have taken a loan or an amount from them, even if you invest into a business, that is also a loan what you are taking, isn't it? That is also a loan you are taking from their parties. So debentures or government securities all are nothing but you pay. So I hope it is clear to all of you. Financial asset is nothing but claims for the payment of a sum of money sometime in future or a periodic payment in the form of interest or dividend. So financial liabilities are the counterparts of financial assets. They represent promise to pay some portion of prospective income and mail to others. So financial assets and liabilities arise from the basic process of financing. So some of the financial instruments are tradable and transferable, other are non-tradable and non-transferable. Deposit with banks, companies and post office, insurance policies, NSCs, provident funds and pension funds are not tradable. Tradable means they are not transferable. Okay, whereas securities such as equity shares, the government securities, bonds, debentures, these all are transferable. You can transfer them to others, you can buy and sell them. Transfer means. In short, financial instruments and instruments through which a company raises finance as such. Okay. If you issue the securities, that is nothing but if you people purchase from the stock market, isn't it? How they purchase is through this financial claims. They purchase certain shares from a company. So what happens? They are depending upon their benefit. They all the time they watch the market. So depending upon their benefit, they claim the decision accordingly. They make the decision accordingly. So that is why they are transferable assets. So the financial instruments may be capital market instruments or money market instruments or hybrid instruments. Capital market instrument means, as I said, capital market is where long-term securities will be bought and sold. Long-term securities are nothing but equity shares, preference shares and all are nothing but they will be for a longer period. Debentures also, long-term loan it is. So those are capital market instruments. Money market instruments we have discussed in my last class, you can go through them. Those are nothing but treasury bills, call money market, credit deposits, like that. There are few markets. So money markets, those are. Hybrid means mixed. They will be both. Few features will be of capital, few features will be of money market. So the financial instruments that are used for raising capital through capital market are known as capital market instruments. They are equity, preference, warrants and all. These are maturity period of more than 1 year as such. Okay. So I hope it is clear to all of you financial claims. The characteristics of financial instruments are they are more liquid. They are more liquid. Financial instruments provide liquidity means they can be easily converted into cash as such. Whereas marketing means financial instruments there are when you are not able to convert your assets easily, then it will be called as illiquid market. When you are able to convert your assets equally, then it is called as liquidity. You are able to very quickly convert them into cash. Marketing, they are tradable assets, so they are easy for trading. They have ready market. Collateral value, financial instruments can be pledged for getting loans. Yes, if you are selling them, if you have any good market, you will be getting a loan very easily. That is debentures from the people, because if you are able to, your performance, your repaying capacity is very good, then people will be attracted to invest into a company as such. Financial instruments can be easily transferred from person to person. Yes, when you are buying and selling the securities, depending upon your benefit. Suppose you see many people will be there who will be trading into the stock market. Depending upon their benefit, they trade the securities. That is how they are transferable. Maturity period. The maturity period of financial instrument may be short period, medium or long term. Transaction cost. Financial instruments involve buying and selling costs. The buying and selling costs are called transaction costs. They are lower as such. Risk. They carry risk because the market is very uncertain regarding payment of principal or dividend or interest, because it's all depending upon their performance, how they perform in the market. They carry risk accordingly. Future trading. Financial instruments facilitate future trading as to cover risk due to price fluctuation, interest rate fluctuation. The another one is financial services. Financial services are nothing but like here the development of sophisticated mature financial system in a country, especially after the early 90s, led to emergence of a new sector. This new sector is known as financial service sector. It is basically mobilization and allocations of funds or savings. It transfers the savings into investment as such. So here they also act as a financial intermediaries. They provide various sorts of services. We have already I have explained you in my previous classes: leasing, merchant banking, hire purchase. Those all are nothing but financial services only. So what they do is they help in growth and expansion of business firm and also lead to economic growth of the country as such. So in financial services, the RBI regulates the functioning of markets and intermediaries to protect interest of investors. So basically, the money market and capital market is regulated by SEBI. That means they are like the what is a boss, we can say. They regulate the money market and capital market from time to time, and they make the decision accordingly. So they act as an intermediate. I already said. They help in financial system through financial instruments. So they include the activities connection with the transmission of a savings into investment. Leasing I already said, you giving the things on lease. We give home house on lease and all, right? That service, that is of none of the financial service. Hire purchase means you give things on installment on rent for a period of as long as you pay the amount, you will be paying the installment if you are not able to pay the entire amount. Merchant banking, these are the brokers who will be working as a mediator on behalf of you and doing the business as such. Factor in forfeiting is nothing but when you do the business internationally, um, you you need to take the you supply the raw material or you receive the raw material from the other parties. In that situation, this factoring and forfeiting plays an important role. What you do is either you take the money, either you appoint them on behalf of you. You cannot collect funds if you are hundreds of suppliers, if you are supplying to hundreds of people. In that situation, you appoint them and they will be collecting the payment from them on behalf of you. This is another one. So here what I am going to do is I'll wind up the class here. I'm going to wind up the class over here. So with this I am done with the structure of Indian financial system. We are going to discuss in my next class about the and I have also need to explain you this regulatory and promotional institutions. Financial institutions, financial markets, financial instruments and financial services are regulated by, that means they will be checking out all the activities of them, like Ministry of Finance, Company Law Board, RBI, SEBI, IRDA, Department of Economic Affairs, Department of Company Affairs. This in detail I am going to explain you in my next class. The two major regulatory and promotional institutions are RBI and Security Exchange Board of India. Both RBI and SEBI legislate, supervise, monitor and control the activities of the entire financial system. RBI is the apex of all the financial institutions in India. Okay. All the financial institutions are under the control of RBI. The financial markets are under the control of SEBI. Both RBI and SEBI have led down several promotional activities. These policies, procedures, and guidelines are changed from time to time to set up the financial system in the right direction. So what I am going to do is, with this I am going to wind up the class. In my next class I am going to explain you regarding the role of financial intermediaries, and I have already explained you. Still further I can bit explain you, and the regulatory bodies, if you want I'll explain you that. I'm going to explain you that also. These are the regulatory bodies of I'm going to explain you those in my next class. I'll wind up the class. See all of you guys. Bye all of you.